welcome back. And we are going to continue on with this Ipswich rebuild. It's a beginner's save, so for probably more experienced players of the game, it's not that important. But we are looking at the lines, and we have been looking at lines in videos that we've started to upload. Our form, excuse me, our form is incredible, and we've been working this in terms of lines. And basically what we're doing in order to achieve these results is looking at where we are placing our lines and moving our lines about in order to stop opposition playing in the way that they want to. And I think that we found a way in FM24 to actually create series of results like this. And last time out, we played 4 games. We played against QPR. We beat them 2-0. We were very unlucky against Aston Villa in the FA Cup third round. We lost by 2-1. In hindsight, I thought we could have won that game, and I looked back at the game, and if I'd had the courage to play with a lower line, which I generally don't like playing with, I think we might have drawn or even won that game. So not a bad result given that it was Aston Villa. Stoke then, who play a control possession style, we beat them 1-0. And Sunderland, I've played off camera to make the video. They also play a control possession style. You'll see that in the video that's coming out on control possession soon. And we beat them 3-1. And it really was, basically, these results that we're getting is about adjusting the lines, both before we play and during the game, and being vigilant in game and being quick to adjust our lines. Stoke game was an absolute thriller. It was like a chess match because Stoke would make a change, I'd adapt, I'd make a change, Stoke would adapt, but finally we came out winners by 1-0. It was a really good game to play. So hopefully Leicester are going to be tough as well. And we're going to have a look at Leicester. We currently are Sunday, so I'll just check. We do have a week off, so I don't need to rest the players. We'll just move through. This is a squad that is getting tired. It's a small squad. The first team is quite small. We have players, of course, who can back up. But the first team are getting very, very tired. And fatigue is also something that you have to be careful of if you're a beginner. And often you will get bad results come January, February, and that's a sign of fatigue. And if you haven't rotated very well, then you're going to suffer. We've rotated as much as we can, but we are suffering in terms of fatigue. And so we have to be very careful. In terms of the opposition that we're going to play, we're going to look at a few things. They are a good team. You can immediately see that they are a good team. And we don't really use this much as we can see their strengths versus weaknesses. They are going to be tough to beat. Very, very tough to beat. And they are actually a better team than we are. Our report has a lot more weaknesses than theirs. So they're looking just at this. My first instinct is we are going to struggle to beat them. Now I'm going to look for certain things. I'm going to look for passing, but I need to know that they also have vision. They have composure on the ball. This makes them very, very dangerous in terms of where I'm going to actually place my line now. So I'm also going to be looking for dribbling. They do have dribbling skills, I believe. They make good decisions, which is also a problem. They have acceleration and pace. That is a problem. They are good crossers of the ball. That is a problem. And they have dribbling skills. The other thing I'm looking for is agility and balance. And they do have good agility. They are an extremely good team. And they are going to create problems in my final quarter and make my life extremely difficult. So the way I'm going to set up at this moment in time is I am going to go into a low block. And the idea for that is that I'm going to get as many bodies behind the ball as I possibly can. And I'm probably going to need to select my bravest players, because they're going to have to put their bodies on the line and throw themselves at the ball. It wouldn't surprise me if we lose this game, but we're going to do our best using the lines to try and stop them playing their game. Once we stop them playing their game, then we have an opportunity to counter-attack. And we do play Ipswich as a counter-attacking team. We don't counter-press, but we do counter-attack. It's a kind of fluid counter-attack. It's not a direct counter-attack. We will try and pass it quickly up the pitch and carry it up the pitch rather than be extremely direct. We did last time out focus our play down the flanks. I don't know if I'm going to do that yet in this particular game. We are quite strong down the left. Leif Davis is a very, very good player. And I've got to step up more because I want these two defensive midfielders to close this little gap. I want our lines to be very compact and make it very difficult for them to find space. I'm going to use a standard line because I want to prevent them getting into these spaces and crossing the ball. Could also possibly lower that line if necessary. Really important to stop them getting into these spaces. So we'll see how that works out. So I'm going to go to the data hub now and just have a quick look at the how they play. And they play a tiki-taka style. And this is also a problem, because if we look at the little graphic, they are going to try and move the ball up the field as quickly as possible. They are going to press high up the pitch, which is quite interesting, because if their wing backs are too high up the pitch, then it's going to leave space behind them, and we are extremely good at exploiting that space. So they are taking a risk by moving forward and leaving gaps at the back wide. And waiting for space they're going to be very patient. They wait for space, wait for mistakes. And it's an extreme variant of the control possession style. It's much more difficult to play against than the controlled possession style. It takes a very, very good team to play in this style. One of the problems that I have is that their focus of attack could be all over the pitch. They could focus wide, they could play down the middle. I don't know which way they're going to play yet. They're playing with a winger on this side and an inverted winger on this side. So probably they're going to be looking to get into these spaces to cross into my penalty area and using this winger to come inside. They're playing with an inverted wing back on the left, so he's going to come and help out in midfield, congest the area in this space, and an inverted fullback, so this line is going to drift over into a 3. They're going to be very difficult to beat. And even though, I think we are at home, aren't we? No, we are away, which makes it even worse. We're going to play balanced, and that's how we're going to set up. I feel that this set of results has to come to an end at some point. I just want to go back to the data hub and just check that these wing backs are not attacking. So looking at this, it's not going to totally reflect this because their wing backs are not going to be too high up the pitch. So that space here is not going to be available. So we'll see. We're going to have to just work out how they're playing in game and try and adapt to how they're playing. If we can stop them playing in the way they want to, then we've got a chance. But at the moment, they are a better team than us, although their form isn't as great as ours. I think that they are a better team than us. And FM is waiting for me to make mistakes. The results that we have had... 38-year-old goalkeeper? No, I don't think so. The results that we've had are extremely good, and FM is waiting for me to make a mistake now, and it will punish me when I make a mistake. it's gonna be quite an interesting game, this. But we've played a lot of good teams in the last few games, and I don't know why the game does this. We've played Norwich, Middlesbrough, Leeds, Leicester, QPR, Aston Villa, Stoke, Sunderland, Leicester. After Leicester, our fixtures start to look a little bit better for a while. So we're going through a very tough phase at the moment, and we've got results. And hopefully that will continue. I just got to hope that we can prevent them from playing and force them to play in a way that they don't want to play. Should be playing at National League level. Is it worth recalling him? Okay, we'll do that. We'll transfer list him. Yeah, I don't mind that. No, I'm not going to upset any of my players at the moment by demoting them. We're just going to continue doing what we're doing. We are out of the cup. That's nothing to do with us anymore. And if you're in the chat, can you just let me know that you can hear and see everything? Because I don't get any information about that. So I have no idea if you can hear and see everything correctly, and that it doesn't look awful. Is he in good form, Luongo? Let's have a look. He's not in good form, so my assistant... Thank you, Jamie. My assistant is lying to me. He's not the best assistant I've ever had, but we're not going to be praising for that kind of form. And I'm guessing that, although that's not bad, I might have a quiet word in his ear and say, you've done pretty well of late. He's not that pleased, but perhaps he has higher expectations than how he's playing at the moment. There's no point in me looking at this because I simply don't have any money at the moment. Finances in this transfer window are just rock bottom. I'm playing with a team, basically, that they have put together. That I have made no signings because I've had no money. We're still struggling. We've got nothing in the transfer budget. We're way over the wage budget. And we do have a couple of players coming in, though. I'm not quite sure, but this guy doesn't come till June. He's quite useful. But we do have Kiefer Moore coming in and Al Hamadi, which is good news, but it does give us too many players up front. I'm not quite sure why he wants to play this guy, but let's go and have a look. I think we'd be better off playing my first team goalkeeper, wouldn't we? So we're going to put my first team goalkeeper in there. It's kind of not quite sure why he wanted to do that. Actually, no, he's probably right, so we'll give him a game. He's probably become a better goalkeeper than my first team goalkeeper. Brandon Williams, okay. I'm not quite sure about Brandon Williams. He's very brave, so he's also on the same frame of mind that I am. We're going to need to put brave players in at the back because they're going to have need to get their bodies in front. Wolfenden definitely needs to start. He's my top player, and although he's not that brave, he's still my top player, but certainly he needs to. Bravery again is not brilliant there, but I don't really have much that I can do instead. A little bit of an increase, but he's not as good. Humphreys is the one that I want to play in there, but I think he's injured, if I'm not mistaken. Where is Humphreys? Looking for my central defender. Twinzabi is on international. It's Burgess. He's on international duty. So Clark will have to play in there. Brandon Williams is good enough to play. And I need a left back. Yeah, that will do. Edmondson can then come in there. Lee Taylor. We're struggling for players a little bit at the moment. He's on international duty, so Caden Jackson can come in here. There's a lot of players on international duty, and Ladapo, who's not the greatest of players. Hurst is playing well at the moment, which is good. We have somebody up top. Morsey definitely needs to come back in for sure. And Morsey, Luongo's in form. Morsey can come in for Humphreys. Humphreys can go on the bench. So I'm pretty much thinking that's as good. Let's just switch them over. I don't know about that. Luongo's in form. Morsey will probably be a better ball winner. But I want to keep Luongo. Luongo is a decent ball winner. Let's see what that does. Not quite sure that is the best way to approach it. Now we're going to go that way. Morsey is better as the ball winner. And I'm going to go ahead with that. He wants Broadhead in. I'm going to give Jackson his chance. Broadhead can come onto the bench for Hutchison. So we'll see. And maybe Hutchison can replace Ladapo. So we've got our team sorted out. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm really just looking to close them down. I want to make sure that I am in a balanced way of playing. I really just want to stop Leicester playing. And I'm going to need to be very vigilant in order to be able to do that. Let's get to... Yep, that's fine. We know all about that. And we'll just do a little bit of praise for these three. We've had some good results, so morale is good. And if we can get a result here, it'll be an absolutely fabulous result. We are unbeaten in the league. And I'd like it to continue, but it's one of the most difficult things to do is to stay unbeaten. Fixture after fixture after fixture. We are pretty good in terms of recovering from injury. And here we go. It's going to be a tough game, this. We're 20 points ahead at the top of the table. I always let the assistant do the opposition instructions. As a beginner, just don't worry yourself about things like that. I've been letting him do it and look at the results that I've got. I'm going to add things to it as I see fit, but I do agree with this, to focus our play down the left. We are very strong down the left, and I do agree with that. So let's go and see what we can do. We're going to play counter-attacking. We're playing with this attacking wing-back down here, so and an inverted full-back. So our defence will drift into a 3. We'll have Morsey then, who will come inside here, who will defend in front. Luongo won't be far away either. So we're going to try and close off the lines and stop them getting balls in between the lines. And let's see how that goes. I think Morsey's fully fit and probably will only make it to half-time. Yeah, I think we do need to show people that the praise we're getting is justified. I mean, in a sense, it's not. We are expected to reach the playoff, but we're not expected to be 20 points ahead at this point. Morsey is quite tired. He's probably only going to make it to half-time. But it's good to have him back after his injury. So we'll give him 45 minutes. We can bring on Humphreys then. And Humphreys is a good enough replacement. I'm going to go to the opposition instructions now. And if you have a look at what he's done here, he will often change his mind when you get to the dressing room. And he has. He's changed his mind a lot. And he does want Jamie Vardy tight marked. I just want to check Jamie Vardy's pace. It isn't brilliant, but we are not very pacey at the back, so I need to be aware of that. I think it's a good idea to tight mark him, but it's these midfielders that will cause me the problems. And I think possibly Dewsbury Hall will cause me problems. Is a very good player, and so I'm going to tight mark Dewsbury Hall as well. And then what I'm going to do when I get on the field is look to see who is causing me problems. And what do I mean by who is causing me problems? Well, I have it set to passing. So I'm looking at their percentage and their key passes. And if they are for Dewsbury Hall, let's say Harry Winks has got a pass completion of 92, and he's got 3 key passes, 2 or 3 key passes in there, I might have to start thinking about tight marking him as well. So that's what I mean by keeping an eye on who are their most dangerous players. I'm also going to be looking at where they're attacking from. The iPad will help me, but visually I'll get some idea of where they are attacking from. But we made a decent start. And we are, as you can see, focusing our play down the left-hand side now. It was something we used against Sunderland to massive effect, and Sunderland could not deal with it. We weren't allowed to see that free kick. We're obviously rubbish at free kicks. At the moment, Leicester are not really causing me any problems, but here comes this like extreme control possession style. They're going to pass it around. They're going to be very patient, but I don't want to engage them high up the pitch. I'm not going to be drawn into that. I'm going to keep my shape really and keep my lines compact and get bodies behind the ball. And hopefully we're going to keep them out. I noticed from that attack that one, that was down the right-hand side. They're focusing down the flanks. So playing in a standard line is probably the right thing to do at the moment. But down the right-hand side more than the left. Now it's kind of balancing itself out. They're playing down the middle as well. They obviously think they can do us down the middle, so we'll keep an eye on that. And it's very much now across the line. They are forcing us back. We expect to lose the possession battle. We're going to soak up pressure. We've been the better side, and this is a good sign. 2 shots, 2 on target. But we can expect them to put pressure on us. And they are good, very good at set pieces as well. And if we give away too many free kicks, I will be thinking about let's stay on our feet. So at the moment, the plan is working. And I just want to keep an eye on my line, because if they're not trying to get down the outside but more going through the middle, I'm going to lift my line up and to stop them playing down the middle. And Callum Doyle is a defender. Hello, Pancakes. How are you, my friend? It's good to see you. Thank you very much. Your generosity is awesome. And if we stop this and look at the stats, although they've had the possession, they've had 2 shots and none on target. We have pretty much stopped them playing in the way that they want to play. They want to play down the flanks. The standard line has stopped them playing, getting in behind us. Thank you so much for your generosity, Pancakes. I really appreciate it. They did try to go down the middle, but they've decided that was not working very well. So they've gone back to trying to go down the flanks. As a result, we've stolen the match momentum. And they're really not playing that well. Nobody is playing that well. There's only kind of really a couple of key passes that they've made. We, on the other hand, despite the fact that we are playing very defensively, have counter-attacked well, and we've pretty much got the control of the game, I would say. Again, though, we're going to have problems with set pieces. I hate throw-ins on the right. We've got to stop them getting behind. And we've done that again. We've stopped them getting behind, but now it's coming back into the middle. Beautifully defended. That low block has completely stopped them in their tracks there. Now we've launched a counter-attack into the box. Is this the first goal? No, it isn't. It's headed over the bar. And we're doing well. And the game plan is working to perfection at the moment. And the tiki-taka is extremely difficult to play against. It's an extreme controlled possession. The only way to play this, if they are a better team, is to sit back, soak it up, and I'm proud of everyone's efforts. Keep it going. Follow the game plan. Keep following the game plan. Morsey is very tired now. It's got to come off, and so Humphreys can come on. We'll switch those over. Humphreys is just 18. He's just played so much football. He's been a very, very good player for us. And let's just keep this going, boys. And hopefully we'll sneak a goal. If we don't and we draw this match, it's no big deal. They are a better team than us, and we will have put in an absolutely fabulous performance. We're not expected to win this. We're rank outsiders. We have stopped them playing, and I'm really proud of how the boys are playing. Interestingly, most of my attacks are focused down the right-hand side. I've asked them to play down the left, and they're not doing it. But so I'm not going to change it at this point in time because we're doing well. And here's that patient control passing again. We don't want to engage them. You can play it around in your half as much as you like. It doesn't bother me there, but we will eventually now start engaging with them, and hopefully we will close down any space that's available. They're trying to get outside. They have got outside, and they have scored. And unfortunately, sometimes that's going to happen against better teams. And my right back, Brandon Williams, has let me down there. And also Humphreys didn't cover well enough. They got behind us, and Vardy was not type marked properly in the box, and they scored. Sometimes happens. I think we're extremely unlucky, and well, that's the way it goes. They're a better team than us, and maybe now our run is coming to an end. I'm not going to change anything because I think it's working. I think they've been lucky. If they score again, though, I'm going to have to alter the way we play and try and be more attacking, try to get back into the game. But I still believe we are in this game. They haven't been the better team, but now they are 2-0 up. I think fatigue is an issue. I'm looking at players who are extremely tired. This is where our unbeaten run comes to an end. And that was simply from a set piece. We didn't defend it very well, and they're able to. There's the space now. They're using the space through the middle. My line now, I think, is too low. I'm going to push my line up. I'm going to go into a mid block as well, and I think we'll try and get back into the game doing that. We'll go more positive. We've got to try and get back into the game, but I think it's game over now. They still looking at this, haven't really done anything particularly nasty to us. We've still been the better team, but they've broken us in the end, and this guy is a problem, so we're going to tight mark him, just try and take him out of the game. A bit disappointed by the team. Let's see if going more positive now we can get back into the game. They did follow the game plan, but not to the degree where I wanted them to play down the left, and we're playing better when they play down the left. They focus more down the right, and that was not what I wanted. I wanted them to focus play down the left, where we are much stronger. And that might be that Leicester have prevented us doing that. I don't know. But again, maybe we're not out of this game yet. I'm going to have to make some substitutions in a minute because we're very tired. But if we can just get one back, it'll make it very interesting. And having noticed that they were getting space in front of our lines, pushing the line up, has actually helped. We've got one back, and we're back in the game. I definitely need to make subs in a minute, though. Lovely run by Burns. And maybe the boys know better than I do. Maybe they've decided it's best for us to go down the right, and from the right we've scored. Oh boy. Okay, let's have a look at who needs to come off. He definitely needs to come off. Both of my forwards are playing badly, but I'm going to give them a little bit, although Jackson is anxious. So I'm going to bring Harness on here. Defensively, Harry Clark hasn't been very good, so I'm going to bring Edmondson on. And Leif Davis has not been as usual, so my goalkeeper's actually taken the blame. We'll just make those substitutions for now and see if that helps us out a little bit. Tiredness, I can see Chaplin is tired. Tiredness is a big thing for me at the moment. But we're not out of this yet. If we can just create another chance, we could get back in it. It still worries me, this, although it's shifting a little bit. They haven't followed the game plan. We've stolen the momentum. Nothing seems to be happening, though. Am I in extended or key? Extended. And time to get Chaplin off the pitch. Hurst probably does need to come off now. He's playing really badly. And hopefully I don't have another striker, which isn't great. Caden Jackson can come on for Hurst. No, he can't, because Caden Jackson's already come off. The only thing I could do is put Broadhead on there. It's not really going to help me. Luongo's not playing very well. So maybe Lee Evans can come in here. He did play quite well in the last time out he played. And then I need to change Chaplin, and I'll switch those over. A few changes, maybe it'll make a difference. We just need one more goal, boys. If we can get one more. They've taken control again. They're still trying to get down the flanks because we've lifted our lines now. We're taking a risk, and they're looking still to get down the flanks. As they tire, though, that might be more difficult for them. I'm going to just bring my line back again now, because they are looking to get behind the flanks, behind my defenders. And I want to stop them scoring a late goal. They've had fewer chances than us. We've prevented them playing. They just took their chances, and we haven't taken our chances, unfortunately. But we've got a highlight, 83 minutes. Can we get level? And that's a lovely pass. I think he might be offside, but he's missed it anyway. Yeah, he was offside. Hurst is having a shocker. He's now down to a 6.2. He's having an absolute shocker. And I guess we don't deserve to win. We haven't been clinical enough. I think we've stopped them playing. The game plan worked. We just didn't take our chances, unfortunately. And unfortunately, we're going to be seeing our first defeat. It happens. Life's like that. And that hit the crossbar. Oh, FM, sometimes I despair of you. Not really too much, Vangelis. We are about to lose our unbeaten record, unfortunately. We outplayed Leicester. They are a better team than us. And we've outplayed them. We just didn't take our chances. And Leicester, who had very few chances, have beaten us. And if we look at the stats, we've been the better team. And we stopped them. What's that? We stopped them from playing. They just were clinical. And quite, yeah, it shows we're in control of the match. But unfortunately, we can see Hurst had an absolute stinker. And he missed an awful lot of chances. And that was a result that we were not good enough. Absolutely not good enough. And have to tell them, given the stats there, we should have won that game comfortably. It does mean that we're only 17 points ahead at the top of the league now, but it's disappointing that we couldn't take our chances. Maybe I should have taken Hurst off and put somebody on up there, but I didn't really have anyone I could bring on. It's going to be nice when Kiefer Moore arrives and he can start playing some games. And we have lost after 27 games undefeated. But I did say right at the start of the episode, it's one of the hardest things to achieve is to stay unbeaten all season. And now that we have been beaten, the pressure's off. And we can just focus on winning the league now. Hi, Tails. You just bought Messi. Very nice indeed. How much did he cost you? I'm actually drinking a hot cup of tea, not the squash today, because it's very cold in here. You might notice I've got my Let's Kick Some Balls mug, and that is available for people in the store, if anybody likes that kind of thing. There's lots of new stuff in the merch store, so give a pop over and have a look. Got some water bottles. I did have some requests for water bottles, so I've created a water bottle. These are not a team that should be worrying us. So really, from this point of view, I would say to my team, let's push up. Let's really push up. We're going to play with a higher line. But because we're not counter-pressing, let's not go too far up the pitch. Let's just play in a mid-block. And let's continue. Our attack has been good. So let's continue attacking the way that we want to play. And let's just play with a higher line because we are a better team than them. And we are at home, so let's play positive. And that's how I would set the team up at this stage. They don't look like they are a good team, and so we should be beating them. But a quick scoot over to the data hub. They play a direct counter-attack style. Very, very big red flag because they are going to get the ball up the pitch as fast as they can. Long balls over the top, any way that they can be very direct. So with that in mind now, I'm going to pull my line down to a standard line. Because this will give my defenders more time. It will give them time to turn when balls over the top are coming in, and it will give them more time when they receive the ball. If the opposition are pressing, then it will give them more time to receive the ball and distribute properly. If they get big pressure on them, then they're going to make mistakes. So let's go to a standard line with a direct counterattack. Let's go to a standard line. Strengths and weaknesses. I just did that one. We'll have a look again. I'm looking for pace, acceleration. That will be a problem to us because if they have high pace and acceleration, then they're going to obviously get behind our defense. I'm looking for the ability to play through balls. Again, they're going to be playing through balls between our players, getting in behind us. So they have that ability, but on its own, it's not good enough. I'm not seeing good decisions. I'm not seeing good composure. I'm not seeing good vision. So, yeah, they have that ability, but they're not very good at it. They're not going to be 100% effective at it. I'm looking for other things like dribbling, and that will go with agility and balance. If you've got great dribblers, you want to be pushing up on them. You don't want to be closing them down. They'll just go past you. And then I'm looking for passing, of course, and vision, dribbling. And I really can't see anything jumping out here. They're good at defensive set pieces, so if I'm playing for set pieces, they might as well take that off. It's not going to help me. Their passing is poor. They don't anticipate situations very well. Decisions are poor. The good news is that while they're good at marking, their positioning is poor, so they're not going to be that good defensively. They've got no pace, no acceleration. Their teamwork is awful. Work rate is awful. It just gives me an idea that they're actually not a very good team. So basically, I can see right off the bat, we should be beating them. However, FM doesn't work out that way. And if they do start causing us problems, then I might have to go into a low block. Playing against teams lower in the league, what have you made an offer for him for? We don't have any money. Is it a loan that he's done? Because I'll take him. But we don't have any money. Yeah, it's a loan offer, I think, that he's made. Yeah, so that's okay. I quite like the look of him. He'll do a decent job. Yeah, why not? He'll do well on that left wing. Caden Jackson then can go back to playing up top. So we'll let the director of football do that. We've assigned our director of football to look for people, and he's found someone who's quite useful there. So always keep an eye on it. If he's not very good, then don't sign him. You can always click that box off and say no thanks. If we go back to transfers, you can always click that little box and say, no, I think we'll cancel that one. But I'm going to go ahead and let him do that because he looks like a decent player. And it's been accepted. And who is this? Oh, he's assistant manager. I thought he'd signed someone else then for a minute. It's good to make two lineups. There is a problem with making two lineups, and the problem that you're going to come across is if you're playing in Europe and you have one team for Europe and one team for the league, then the players who are playing in Europe are not going to be happy, and we're seeing that for Chelsea. They have two teams, and the teams who are playing in Europe are not happy that they're not getting opportunities in the league. And I think that Chelsea need to rotate that team a little bit more, because he's going to have a bunch of unhappy players what is going to happen if they get knocked out of the league, of the Europa League. He's not going to have games to play those players. You have to be a little bit cuter than that and just rotate it rather than have two lineups. And even in FM, you'll suffer. And looking at those results, nothing. We're still 17 points clear. I'd like to win against Rotherham. They're 18th in the table. I don't, but I've got no money. It's nice of you to think about that, but I've got no money. It's unfortunate, but how can I go to the meeting? Signed a new contract. That's good. I think Kiefer Moore comes in February, 1st of February, which means I probably won't be able to register him. I'll have to see how that works out. Because the game is so nasty, it just will not allow me to do anything. Leicester drew against Swansea. We should have beaten Leicester. Should have beaten them. Rotherham in 19th. Two different tactics. Yeah, why not? That's always a good thing. Oh, Clark doesn't. I don't have any money. I just think I'm going to ignore him at the moment. We've only got to get past the transfer window. and then they can't go out until the summer. In the summer, you'd be rebuilding anyway, and any of these players can go. They're simply not good enough to be playing in the Premier League, in my opinion. And looking at their form in the Premier League, it's beginning to show. Samuel Ling has agreed to join the club. That's fine. We need to. How old is he? Oh, 20-year-old. We don't need to register him. He's going to be perfectly fine. But it's not saying under 21. Let's register him then. And then give him a squad number. Doesn't matter. And then the last thing that we need to do is welcome him. He looks like a decent player. It's not brilliant, but for Championship, his crossing and dribbling is good. His technique is okay for Championship. Doesn't pass very well. Good off the ball. His pace is decent. It's not blistering, but it's very good. And he has a strong left foot. He wants to be a winger, which is a bit of a problem because I'm playing an inside forward there. But we'll see how it gets on. I don't really want to change the tactic as such. And looking at Rotherham and how they play direct counter-attack, we already know that. I need to be stopping them playing that way, stopping them going forward as fast as possible. We need to have a little bit more possession against them. Harry Clark, Twanzebe. Twanzebe can play now? I don't know how this works out. Morsey, Humphreys, Lingford. I'll use his suggested squad for now, but I'm going to change that. I'm not a believer of bringing new players in. I'm going to play Broadhead if I can. Out wide. Ling can go onto the bench. And then hopefully we will have a decent team. Jackson can now come on as a forward rather than a winger. 2 wingers. Harness is a good player. But what I am short of here is midfield cover. Just Luongo. Do I want all these attacking players? We'll probably put Lee Evans on the bench instead of Ling. He doesn't need to play in his first game, and I'm not that fond of bringing in. Let's bring in Ling. No, we'll leave it. Just get him training with the team. Yeah, he's been quite good. To be fair, I think he is my top scorer. He's got 17 goals. He's been quite good, but he's just, at the moment, he's just like a nightmare. He's just so tired that he just can't seem to perform. His average rating over the season is 7.1. He's been quite good. Caden Jackson started the season, and he's been decent as well. They've all been pretty decent. Fair play to them. I want these boys back from international duty if I can. We're struggling without these players. Part of why we might have lost against Leicester, we're playing a weakened team at the moment. I want to bounce back against Rotherham. And I want to make sure that we win this game. And the boys need to know we have to win this game. FM is very difficult, though. We've made one mistake, and now it's going to try and punish us. Morale isn't good amongst the players. Morale could be a lot better. He's doing okay. Connor Chaplin, is he in the team? Yeah, he's not actually playing very well at the moment either. Burns is okay. I don't know about Broadhead. He's been injured. Humphreys has had a brilliant season. Morsey's a good player. We've just got to start playing well again. He's made another offer. A centre-back. He's not going to be a first-team player. And I'm not really interested in bringing him in. So we can go to Manu and just say no thank you. And nice try, Mr. Director of Football, but I don't want him. Expectations are that we are going to win this. They are 19th in the league, and we should be winning it. No excuses, boys. No excuses this time. I know you want to play him. You brought him in, you want to play him. I don't think we'll do that, because it didn't work last time. Tackle harder, not yet, we'll see. And what I might do is focus play down both flanks. So let's focus our play down both flanks rather than tell them to be specific. I'm going to play in the mid block with a standard line positively. That makes sense to me. Team looks okay. It's about as good as I can do it. I want my players back from international duty. We're missing a lot of players. Hi, White Trek. How are you doing? Recommend signing Aspria. I don't do recommendations. I got no money. And I know you guys are keen to say, oh, I've got this great player. I think I just like my scouts to find players and bring them in. And we'll do that in the transfer window as well. We'll just let the scouts do their job. They'll bring in players that will keep us up. But yeah, make sure we do. And I'm going to say I expect. Oh, I need. And I expect today. Because their last performance was poor. And it's raining, so we play more direct. So we will hopefully be able to win this game. I want to. We do try to move the ball up the field as fast as possible. It's hopefully very fluid. We are able to change focus. But I want a better performance than they gave last time out. I think we look like we're set up properly for me. Oh, what a chance. Chaplin, you should have scored that. Come on, boys. We need to score some goals. It's all Ipswich at the moment. That was a poor free kick, but we have rescued it. Of course, hard playing with poor teams. Oh, another one goes past the post. You think FM25 is a waste of time? We don't know how they're going to manage FM25 yet. Is it going to come out? Is FM26 going to come out in November? Is it just going to be a 7-month game? In which case, it's do you want to buy it? I think I'm going to buy it, of course, and I'm intrigued by. I just want to see and play with the new graphics. I don't think the match engine is going to be anything different to this one, which is good news since I know how to do this one with the lines. I think they've worked more on the graphics than they have on the engine itself. So obviously I'm going to get, as a content creator, I'm going to get 25, but I don't think it's going to be really too much different to this one, except that the graphics hopefully are going to be really good because Unity, that's what they've been brought in to do, is to make the graphics much, much better. And what are you doing, you idiot? But we are playing better, but just not getting any shots on target, and that's obviously a worry again. I don't quite know. Mercury, how are you doing, my friend? Good to see you here. I just don't quite know how I'm going to get these boys to score goals. I certainly don't want to push my line up anymore and create space for them. They really haven't caused me a problem at all. We've dominated possession. It's just about, can I score a goal? And Hurst, he's a problem at the moment. Okay, I'll do that. Take your word for it. They've only had one shot on target. How do you know he's putting in... I thought that was going goalward then. How do you know he's putting in dangerous crosses when they've only had one shot? he's very good at these things, my assistant. They're focusing their play down the flanks again. The standard line should be enough to beat that off. We've defended well. We haven't attacked very well. I'm going to, just before half time, I'm going to try something. I'm going to push up just to see if we can get a goal before the interval. Would be nice. For 6 shots, 0 on target. I've got to do something. It might be that I need to come back into a low block. And I will try the low block at some point. If they are sitting back, which it looks like they are, then we need to draw them out. So I might, after half-time, try the low block. That must count as a shot on target, surely. It's not been given as a shot on target, that. And we simply have to be better in front of goal, is a good call. If they are sitting back, then I'm going to try the low block. The standard line, low block. And there's not much else I can try, I don't think. I could try to create space on the flanks by focusing my play through the middle. Let's try that. And that will draw them into the centre and create space out wide. It's worth a try. Hurst simply is not playing well enough. Why can't I tell him off? Oh. Is there anybody else on a 6.5 or below? No, just Hurst. I'm not happy. He's out of form. And why not WBIB? What's a WBIB? You've lost me there. What's a WBIB? There's up all over the top. And that's why you need a standard line. But we've defended that well. But again, they're looking to get outside us. We've defended it very well. Oh, work the ball into the box. It's probably something I should be doing. Let's try that as well. Instead of focusing our play down the middle, let's not focus anywhere. Let's try that. Work the ball into the box. With 9 shots, none on target. You're right, maybe we've got to get closer. I don't think that our shots have been from too far out. But we aren't looking like we're looking to get the ball into the box now. They have got a lot of players back. So one of the other things that I can do is put my Volante on attack. Try and get another body in these areas, in dangerous areas. They're not causing my defense too many problems. Let's try and get a few more players forward. And that looks a lot better at the moment, but it's still not going in. Now, surely that was a shot on target because he tipped it over the bar. Lower tempo. Go into more control possession style. It's not how we play. And I'll be asking them to play in a completely... Is that a penalty? No? I don't know what happened there. But now we've got shots on target. something's happening. So that it might be that things are going to change. We've got a couple of shots on target. Oh, and we've hit the post, and we've hit the post again. So we're getting closer. We're getting much closer. Putting the Volante on attack will help. And I'm just wondering who is playing as... I'm going to switch those two over. I want Humphreys playing as the Volante. I'm going to take Hurst off. He's not playing very well. Jackson can come on there. Wes Burns is poor. Harness can come on for Wes Burns. That's why I need this new winger now to come on and do the job. Yeah, it could be, but we are getting shots on target now. It could be that it's just a bit frantic. And it is something that's going to be worth trying very shortly. Leif Davis is having an awesome game. So what I'm going to do is focus play down the left. If he's playing well, let's try and get the ball to him. But we're just simply all over them. Another shot from outside the box is saved. We'll shout at them. Actually, we'll go more disciplined. Follow the game plan. But we're getting shots on target suddenly. Our XG has grown. And it gives me hope that we're going to get a late goal here. Just got to keep defending properly. Yeah, he's always isolated. It hasn't stopped us scoring, though. He's always going to be isolated. But Chaplin, good gosh, what are you doing? So I'm really not quite sure. Let's bring him more into the game. Let's bring him deeper. And let's bring him more into the game. Rotherham, of course, could always sneak a win here. So I do have to be very careful about how positive and how attacking I am. Because they just need one and they will score. I'm going to go attacking now. And I'm going to... There's no one else I can throw forward. We'll just change our mentality to attacking. See if we can't get this late goal. Chaplin is very tired. I'm struggling with fatigue at the moment. Go on, Broadhead. This is your moment. He can't do it either. Okay, let's make some changes. A lot of tired bodies in there. Leif Davis is very tired. Brandon Williams can come on for him. Morsey is tired. Lee Evans can come on. And Chaplin. And Harness can come in here and swap over. That's my 5 subs. In the Championship, central defenders, they're not good enough to be dribbling out with the ball. Their passing isn't going to... They're not going to be great at passing. I just would like them to be defenders. Yes, I didn't watch it, but I was aware of Indonesia winning. And this is a game we've totally dominated. And again, we can't find a way to get through this defence. The low block has definitely helped. But we're just not scoring at the moment. Yes, we are. I wondered if we were going to get that late goal. And we have. We've got that late goal. Brilliant. Now what I want to do, because what they're going to do now is, yeah, I'm okay though. They're going to wallop long balls forward. And we've got it. The low block helped, and that was the defining moment when we went into a low block, pulled them out, and we've got a goal ahead. Get in. And we'll stay positive for the time being, unless this changes a little bit, then the striker doesn't perform, he adds roam from position. Interesting. Actually, it's Vangelis, it's a good idea. I think he might be on roam from position. I'm going to keep them as a pressing forward as well, to keep them a little deeper. You could be right about them being isolated. It's worked so far, a treat. So why they suddenly, why it would suddenly not work? Win's a win, but we need to raise our performance, boys. That was not good enough. But we've gone 20 points clear again. Leeds have a game in hand. But it's going to take some catching. And that was a good win. And Jackson's ended his goal drought. And that's good. He might have to start now. Because I'm not impressed with Hurst. And so he might have to start instead of Hurst. It just might be as simple as that. It just might be that we need a different forward up there. Hurst has played a lot of football. And Jackson may need to start for a couple of games. The next game we have to play... why does it do this? Stop it. The next game we have to play is in a week's time. We've got a break again, which is good. Preston away. Preston, who are 23rd. Another game that we should be winning. Just want to have a look at that, at his instructions. He's got move into channels on. I'm going to try that. Just roam from position. Just give him a little bit of freedom to wander about, lose his markers, and see if that works. We'll give it a shot, Vangelis. I like the idea of that, and I like the idea of changing the role to get them a little bit closer. No, who's this? He's rubbish. He's 20 years old, and he's got no attributes to talk of. Sometimes my director of football is a nutcase. So we won't be bothering with him. And what I will do this time is I think I will bring this boy onto the bench. Samuel Ling. He can come onto the bench. And who is he going to replace? Hutchinson is not playing particularly well. We'll see what Ling can do. We'll put him on the bench. And he can have a run out at some point. Preston, I'm not expecting to see big things here, but they've got a few things going for them. They're good crossers. They make good decisions. And this guy, Frakya, centre mid, needs tight marking. He's in good form, but no pace. And let's just have a quick look at how they play. Play wing play. So there's nothing we need to change. We're going to play mid-block standard line. Stop them getting behind. Nothing we need to change. And hopefully we'll continue winning football matches. Oh, another one? I don't have any money. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I'm going to decline. I've only got to get through. And just my dynamics is going to be terrible now. I've got 4 players. who are unhappy. He's really unhappy. And he's a really good player, but I haven't got any money. And that's the end of story. Be unhappy. I've just got to get through the transfer window. And if they aren't sold by then they have to play another half season with me. And results will improve morale and dynamics. Oh, not another one. He wants a new contract. No, we're going to ignore this nonsense. They all want new contracts, and I have got no money. And that's, you know what that is? That's EF. That's EF. That's FM looking at these results and saying, nah, I'm going to create unhappiness in your team to make it more difficult for you to get those results. That is what FM does. And I don't know what you guys think about that. But if you are playing well, FM will find something to actually make it difficult for you. I don't know what you guys think about that. Ipswich are close to a... Chaplin taken ill, send him home. I don't think we're close to a clean bill of health, are we? 2, Chaplin and Travis. Well, he can't play anyway because he's not registered. So, look, Leeds thrashed Norwich. So they've closed the gap to 17 points again. And FM is definitely making it harder for me. And playing unhappy players is not a good idea. And I do not want to take part because I want it to go very quickly. And I don't want to get involved in any... It's gone. Lewis Travis is not going to 2 to 6 weeks. Don't have room at the moment. And I'm not sure there's anybody I can... He should be under 21. He's 20 years old. Why isn't he under 21? Aluko's already out. Al-Hamadi, I can't even put him in. This is difficult. Connor Chaplin, Ladapo have taken out. He's gone into the reserves. There's not really anyone I can leave out. Nobody I can leave out. This is a tough... Dominic Ball, possibly. He's hardly played any football. Yeah, he's hardly played any football. Can I leave him out? He's deputy right back. I've got 2 right backs. Deputy right back and deputy midfield. Have I got enough strength in midfield? Travis would be a good player, but he's not going to be fit for 6 weeks. Coming to the end of the season then. Humphreys, Ling, Omar Hutchinson, Luca. There's no one I can leave out, so I'm just going to have to confirm this. I don't know why Ipswich brought in all those players in the summer. It didn't make any sense to me. We've also got now Kiefer Moore coming in February, I think the 2nd or the 1st. They can't be registered either. So all these players can't be registered. It's a strange situation. So we'll get news of these players coming in now. And we won't be able to register them. which is kind of weird, but I've now got to do another squad. So Kiefer Moore is not even there. He's not even listed there. So transfers in. He's not coming in until tomorrow. No, he's coming in later today. So where is his I'm just not going to be able to register him. I can't move on until I've done the registration, and he's coming in later. This is really weird. This is like awful. I can do nothing except go with what I've got. I can't leave anyone out to allow these players to come in. Twanzebe, I need him. So I'm going to confirm that. And whatever happens is whatever happens. So we're going to get some sort of indication now when Kiefer Moore comes in. We're not going to be able to play him. We can't register him. So what was the point of that? Angry about signing a player who's not very good. I don't know what happened there. Again, it's all these were done in the summer. And now I'm taking the brunt of the anger for this. Kiefer Moore can't play, unfortunately. What's the point of having him? But I didn't sign him. He was signed the previous summer. So I really can't see the point of having him. And why are you doing this? We'll shortlist him. So we've got unhappy players now. He's facing an uncertain future. That's fine. We only have to get through to the end of the season. And he doesn't have to play. So Clark can be sidelined, really. He doesn't have to play. Twanzebe can play now. The board, A-, that's not bad. And an A+. Let's the board say about transfers. They're pleased with the performance. I haven't signed anyone. I haven't signed a single person. Why are they so pleased? Oh, I did bring that winger in, didn't I? The director of football found. But from that, I might give Ling a game. Why not? And Hurst, no, he's not going to play today. But I just might bring Ling in. Give him a tryout. Not quite sure he's going to play very well as an inverted winger. It might be better to play him on the other side. No, he quite likes being an inverted winger. Okay, we'll Harness can come into the middle. Hutchison can come back onto the bench. Clark can be replaced by Brandon Williams because he's causing me a problem. Brandon Williams likes to play as an attacking player, though. Maybe Diassian is better as the defensive. Hey, SWS. They don't always. Most of the time, they will sign absolute garbage. But he's just found this boy who's not bad. For championship level, I'd say he's not bad. He's not brilliant, but he's not bad. So he's just found this guy. We're going to give him a game today. See how he gets on. And Chaplin has to come off the bench. Missouri is back. That's good news. So Missouri can come in for Chaplin. Anybody else has still got some big players out on international duty? He's in the reserves. He's out on loan. I mean, he's out on loan as well. So get rid of them. Kiefer Moore's just unregistered. I don't know why we brought them in. He can play though, but he's not very good. But he can play. He's got a bit of pace about him. Probably make a decent advance forward. But as have you under 21s on your team list? My under 21s are absolutely dreadful. I've got really nothing. He's a goalkeeper. I've got 2 decent goalkeepers. There's nothing in here. And pretty much they're all out on loan. So it's like my under 21s are extremely poor. So how are we going to play against Preston? We know that they're going to play in wing play. So we definitely don't want to be pushing the line up too high. Not against a lower league team. So a mid-block or push-up. I'm going to say we're playing a mid-block. Focus of play down the left. I'm not sure about that. Let's go to the data hub once again. Oh, it's a wing back. It looks like an attacking wing back, so there might be space on the left. It might be a good idea. He's an inverted wing back coming in to help in midfield areas. I don't worry about him. But he looks like he is going to be an attacking wing back. He's further forward. So maybe there will be space down this side. So yeah, we'll focus play down the left. I want to be positive against them again. And hopefully we'll get another result. Our running looks good. The next bunch of fixtures look extremely good for us. But I don't... What? Matteo Lesaf. I never got involved in that. Deal has been put on hold. What can I do about him? Lesaf. I just can cancel the deal. It's just... I don't want him. So let's just cancel the deal. Forget about permits. I don't feel too optimistic today because these teams are poor and I don't like playing against poor teams. I'm much happier playing against teams who are further up the league. Morale is poor, as you can see, because players have wanted contracts and I just don't have them. I have the money. If you haven't got any money... I did ask the board to raise the wages, but they said no. And the game is just trying to make it hard for me. Because we're doing so well on the pitch, what can we do? It's thinking, what can we do? Oh, let's lower the morale. Let's get everybody unhappy. And that's how the game operates. But with good results on the board and getting nearer towards the end of the season and staying in this position, then morale should improve. And hopefully we'll start seeing things like, oh, no, sorry, I don't want to leave. Connor Chaplin's injured. What are you on about? Lower line, I think he wants to play in a low block. He does focus down the left. I've already done that. Low block? Possibly, but we'll start with the mid block. I mean, I do know we have to bring them out. Is Connor Chaplin fit? Yeah, we are already playing down the left. Is Connor Chaplin fit then? Yeah, he is. He can come on the bench then. He can come on the bench for Hutchison. Yeah, I know people are suffering. But I want to give that winger a try. I want to give him a game. He's said by my scouts to be a good player. It's a match we should be winning. I have faith in you. He's a bit nervous. He's very nervous. We'll have a chat with him on the pitch in a few minutes. Hopefully he'll get on the score sheet and that'll ease any nerves that he has. I wonder why he's nervous. It's only Ipswich. It's not like he's 18 and making his 17 and making his debut for Barcelona or Real Madrid. It's just Ipswich boy. But I guess he's a young boy. He's going to be a little bit nervous. Oh, come on. I think we should start scoring some goals again, FM. But it's not going in, is it? Ah, boy. I wonder if my assistant is right that we just go into a low block forever till the end of the season. Because these teams are going to sit back. At the moment, we're dominating the game, really, again. And we can see the wing play in operation. Standard line should sort that out. Again, we are asking them to focus down the left, but they are focusing down the right. But that's good down the left-hand side. It's a chance, but again, we can't put it in. Come on, boys. Let's work the ball into the box again. It's probably going to take the low block again to break these down. I'm going to put the Volante onto an attacking. They're the wrong way round as well. I want Humphreys as the Volante, and he's going to go on an attack roll. Get my bodies forward earlier this time. And actually, I don't understand this, so I'm going to tell them to focus down both flanks. Because I don't understand this. They're not doing as they're told. Leif Davis, again, is having a good game. Again, though, no shots on target. And not being very creative either. Okay, let's try it before half-time. Come into the low block. They're stopping us creating chances. Let's also go a little bit wider. It's like nothing happening. This is like so weird. This team that was invincible has fallen apart. And I do believe it's fatigue. And FM codes in fatigue for January and February and for the last month or so of the season. That's coded in. Fatigue becomes a real part of the game. And you get results that you shouldn't be getting. And I'm going to be... This isn't good enough. Ling is having a poor game. So I need you to step up. Seemed motivated. Wes Burns is poor. Morsy's poor. Humphreys is poor. Appear to lack belief. I mean, I just clicked on him. 6.5, it's poor. I'm not happy. Oh, he seems very motivated now. So get out there and do a little bit better. I would just wonder, is it going to take the low block? Or am I going to have to... I mean, I don't really know. They have had the momentum. And they've obviously been the better side. But I haven't seen enough highlights to know why. It's been totally lacking highlights, and we've hit the crossbar. It's just not going in for us. We've got to sneak another 1-0 win, are we? Jackson now is not playing very well. We have to bring Hurst back on, give him another shot. Go on, we must score. Yes! And it is Samuel Illing. It's the winger. Let's put the ball in the back of the net. My assistant was right. It was the low block again. And all these teams are just going to sit back against us, aren't they? We have to draw them out. That's what it is. And that's why my assistant wanted the low block. But look at Sam Morsey and Humphreys in midfield. Absolutely shocking. This is not acceptable. Just shout and demand more. Come on. But it's another win, and if we are going through this tough time and we keep just like getting wins out of nowhere, I'll be happy. Preston have had a lot of opportunities, but they're low quality opportunities. What is wrong with the highlights? We're not getting any highlights here, and it's very difficult for me to work out what's going on. They're playing across the pitch. They're trying to play up the middle a little bit, but I haven't had enough information in the graphics for me to switch my line. I do think that I should push my line up higher because I think they're playing more through the middle. So we're going to do that, and I'm going to make some changes. Just it would be handy if they gave me some highlights to work on. These Morsey is dreadful. Missouri can come in, he can play. Nice to have him back. Hurst is going to come on up top, and I'm going to play him as a pressing forward. Keep trying that. He's already on roam around. Connor Chaplin can come on. Oh, wait. Where's Burns? Isn't playing very well. Put Chaplin on for Burns, and Chaplin can go in the middle. And one more. Leif Davis or Humphreys. We'll bring on Brandon Williams for Leif Davis. Humphreys might be the last one off. I mean, we have not been the better team here. They've produced low quality chances. We've produced higher quality chances, but not enough. And that's because they're sitting back. These teams are all going to sit back and look to beat you on the counter. And these are important moments. And because we've got the line high now, if they are going to look to get balls over the top, we're going to have to defend very well. But we have, even with the higher line. And compressing the midfield might help us as well. It's risky. Wait, what's this? Safe to remove my USB. I didn't do anything with my USB. We can get this second goal. No, we're having to grind out these results. I mean, we'll actually do something strange. I'm going to go balanced, because by going balanced, it means that we're going to take less risks, and that also could pull them out. We really are having trouble breaking them down. Another chance goes flying over the bar. Samuel Ling has got himself hurt, so he needs to come off. Broadhead can come on here. But we look the better team at the moment in terms of highlights. We just I just need to make sure they don't have one of these long balls over the top that catches me out. And hopefully by going balanced, they're going to come in to the space that we leave. Oh, my goalkeeper guessed wrong then. They've got the momentum back again. Their focus is down the right. Okay, so now I'm going to drop my line again. They've changed their focus again. They're playing really well. And they've changed their focus again to down the flanks. So we drop the line again. This, like, we are having to grind out results against teams who are at the bottom of the league. And we can see we're not playing well. Our passing is shoddy. First touch is shoddy. But hopefully they shouldn't be able to get behind us down there, and we've defended it well. Really poor. Really poor. Let's give them a shout. Demand more. That's a good save. We're under the cosh here. But I think we're going to hold out. I think we're going to hold out. Goalkeeper. The goalkeeper from the opposition's launch it. Launch it. Preston desperately want these 3 points, don't they? But they're not having them. I think we've done enough to take the points. They are going to go launch this direct counter-attack. Come on, take him out. Nicely done, but they're still going. Yes, good tackle. It's very hard for them to get behind you when you've got a standard or lower line. And that just proved it. And that's full time. Get in. We've somehow managed to get another result. And this line stuff is working. You've just got to know when they change the way they're playing. It's good to get a result when you know you're not playing well. And we've gone 20 points ahead again. And he's out for how long? Oh, not too long. He scored on his debut. How marvellous. I want to congratulate him. Say, well done, son. Praise last game. You were superb. So his morale has been raised. First time out on the pitch. And well, who have we got next? The championship, it just goes on and on and on. I wish that would not happen. Now we have to play West Brom. West Brom were 21st. It's another one. I'm going to start this one. I'm going to try and learn from what's been going on. I'm going to start this one in the low block. Because it seems like that's the way to do it. I'm trying to learn from what's been going on. And Millwall after in 18th. Swansea are in 17th. And Birmingham in 15th. These are like fixtures we should be walking. But we're having to grind them out. And like I said, January, February is fatigue time. You got to be very wary of fatigue time. And we'll do well to get through these fixtures unscathed. So I'm going to start with the low block this time and see how that works out. And Leeds obviously lost, did they? What happened to Leeds? They lost to Bristol City, so we're 20 points behind now again, which is awesome. But we need to go and play West Brom. This is actually all fatigue, and I don't have enough cover, quality cover, to be able to. These players are just not worth thinking about. Sarmiento is good, and probably deserves to be on the bench somewhere. Hutchinson hasn't done a very good job. Chaplin is a very good player. I wish Kiefer Moore was available, but the rest of them. So I'm really rotating between 20 players. And some of these are not too good. Missouri isn't good. So it's very difficult. Once fatigue comes in, then you're up against it. But we're doing okay. We're keeping winning. Let's have a look at West Brom. Good passing, but no vision to go with it. Yeah, they're good passing and vision. First touch is good. That's quite important. They do SWS. It's quite strange. The delay of FM25, it is what it is, STS. I think when I did my video on it, I think what I tried to get over was I was disappointed. I think they deceived us. And they brought out, it's coming out at the end of November in a month, and they started collecting money off people. Get your pre-order in now. And then announced a month later that it was going to be delayed for 4 months. Now, surely they must have known that at the beginning of November, that it was going to be delayed until March. So they deceived us in a way, and because I don't believe that they said that, because if you're going to give yourself a month, all you're going to be doing is tidying up little bits. When you suddenly add 4 months onto that, there's a huge problem that they need to solve. And for me, they must have known that at the beginning of February. And so I think they deceived us a little bit. That's my thoughts on it. When it comes out, I don't know how they're going to work it. But they're going to charge people 40 odd quid for 8 months, for which they normally get 12 months. I don't know how they're going to work that. But we'll see. I think we have to wait now for more information and see how that works. I think they've lost a lot of people for FM25 with this mess. But there are diehards out there who are dying to see this new graphics from Unity. And that might save them. So I wouldn't write West Brom off at all, because they look like they're a good team to me. They don't have much pace, but my guess is they're going to play in a direct style. Yeah, they're all wing plays, really, getting behind these spaces. So we're going to start in a low block against them. Do I bring George Hurst back in now? I don't have any money. I mean, that's the end of the day. The club can't afford it. Oh, he's happy. The club just cannot afford it at the moment. Not for you, not for anybody else. I agree with you. They were being deceitful. I'm also a little bit concerned about it becoming. I worry about in the next 10 years, is it going to become a kid's toy? Because the focus on console and a much younger audience is clear. And I don't want them to take the skill element out of it. I don't want them to take the ability to change games, to pre-plan games, and to be able to get results like this. I don't want them to take that out. And I fear that that's where it might be going. I do fear that. That you won't be able to change the game in-game, that you become more of a spectator. I don't know whether that's just me being paranoid or whether it's going to be a truth at the end of the day. I don't know. I think that we have to just wait and see now. We've had our say, and I think we just have to wait and see. Oh, let's say we haven't got any money. He's disappointed. Then that's fine. I'm not going to back down. That's it. If you want to leave, then leave. It's no big deal. We're going to get promoted. If you don't want to come with us, that's up to you. Hurst is injured. He's injured. Twanzabi taken ill. Send him home. Just don't pass it on to anybody else. And FM is really doing its best here. I keep winning, but FM is doing its best here to make my life as difficult as possible. And I found this. Oh. We're going to have a total... we're going to deserve a new deal. Let's not risk ruining the positive. No, they're not happy. I'm not in the mood to tolerate this level of dissent. Okay, I think that was productive. We've got a total team breakdown now. Well done, FM. I haven't got any money. It decided every player was going to ask for a new contract. Well done, FM. We got a total player meltdown going on here. I wonder if we can still get results now. That's how FM does it. And, let's have a look at the dynamics. It's not actually that bad. You've made several of the players unhappy. 6 players who are unhappy. And we'll sell them all if necessary. And do I go along with this? Yeah, we'll keep playing Ling. Chaplin is a good idea. Burgess is back. That's good. Yeah, let's use that. Let's use that squad. I don't know if their morale, their hatred of me will actually transfer onto the pitch. I don't know whether they'll get lazy, whether we'll see just laziness. Who knows? We might. I certainly think that results will suffer. The game has done a very good job there of making it extremely difficult for me. We were winning everything, and everybody at the same time wanted a new contract. There's nothing I can do because I'm in debt. So, what do you want me to do, sunshine? Pay it out of my wages? That's not good enough. And I think I had to make a stance in the end. I'm not going to accept this level of dissent. So, sometimes you just got to make a stand and let them know. I'm going to be telling them off. If they don't like it, too bad. You don't have to stay here. Now, we need to be... How do we need to play against West Brom? We are the home team. I think we need to play positively. I think we need, first of all, the players to actually play for the club and then be positive about it. So let's go. Let's see what this team that he's put out can do. Yeah, work the ball into the box. No, this focus play down the left is not working. They're going down the right instead. So what I might do is focus down both flanks rather than one. Keep it out of the middle. I knew I should have checked the subs bench, because he's probably left me a bit short of someone. Might be okay. And I'm happy with that team. Let's go out and give them a run out. Oh boy. Al Mohammadi is on the bench as well, is he? He's not a very good player. I don't know why they brought him in. We're doing well and we're on a good run. He's unsure, Burgess. Well, what is he unsure about? Hey Joshua, how you doing, my friend? Long time no see. He has changed his mind a little bit. I don't see West Brom as being anything that we need to worry about. I do remember that I need to target that attacking mid. He is targeted. And so I really don't think that there's anything else we need to add to what the assistant has done. We just a Norwich save's still a series. Gosh, the Norwich saves were FM23, were they? I think Norwich was FM23. This year we haven't done a Norwich save, so yeah, they're not current still. The Ferguson save we completed all the tasks. And that was a really good save, the Ferguson save. It was good fun trying to get all those tasks done in the time frame. Get in, Sarmiento! Get in! And we are ahead. And finally, we've got a goal early on. FM, has it relented and said, okay, you win. You've beat me. Finally, we've got a goal early on, because we were not scoring those early on. And they are 100% down the middle, which for a team who play wing style is confusing me a little bit. And if they have any highlights, I need to keep a close eye on that. But they're not causing me any trouble at the moment, so I really don't know. Maybe, and again, look at our low block. Look how high up the pitch we are. I'm using a low block. That's good. Now counter-attack. This is what we do, counter-attack. I don't know where you're going, Clarky. This is better. I like this. It seems a bit more pace and a bit more zing about it. Nice pass. Across the box. It's 2-0. And that is back to form. I think we'll just stay in the low block for the rest of the season. He's getting really excited. Oh, bling there. And that's how we are supposed to play. That's how we've been playing all season up until these desperate times. That it's very quick, fluid counter-attack. And it's worked so well. But suddenly it stopped working. But just today, they look like they've got a lot more zip about them. And that might be because I just told them in the team meeting, I'm fed up of this descent. Go away. Who knows? But we look much better today. The line's doing its job nicely. And West Brom, they are a danger. And what's really puzzling me is their focus is down the middle. Go on, son. We got another break on here. Come on, we can make it 3-0. And I think my line should be higher because their focus is down the middle. Although it is calming down, it has become less of a problem down the middle. And I'm just wondering, no, I'm playing narrow because I did make that change to wider in the last game. So they're not shouldn't be finding space there. Interesting how they are. It's becoming less. They're going back to what they do naturally. Maybe they found out it doesn't work very well. That they're actually not very good at it. And we should just where's the goalkeeper going? We should just go on and win this game now. There's the third. And Hurst is even scoring as well. 3-0 up. I think that's game over. And that was Clark who was in that team meeting, and he's playing like a demon. So he's really not that upset, is he? So maybe you just sometimes got to tell them enough is enough of this nonsense. And suddenly they're a different team against West Brom. Or you just totally put them away. Can't be complacent, though. Got to keep watching. Need to keep a close eye on what's going on. But it's interesting that rather than wing play, they look like they're playing more of a control possession type style. Just a very patient passing game, waiting. It doesn't seem like wing play, which is like much more direct. Looking for through balls through here behind your wing back. Just looks really weird. Sarmiento is having a brilliant game. He's having an awesome game. As Clark is as well. This is much, much better. Much, much better. Nobody has posed a threat at all. We've pushed them back into their space. Just so good to see this. And we're 3-0 up. Sarmiento is having a stormer. I think it was probably right to focus down both flanks. It wasn't working. Focus down the left, which is strange because it was working earlier in the season. Like a treat. Maybe we've got stronger with this guy, Sarmiento, on the right-hand side. Come on, block. Oh, they've hit the post twice. Still down the middle, though. Still down the middle. So I'm wondering... You're doing brilliantly. I'm wondering if they are focused down the middle. I'm just going to push the line up a little bit. Compress this space in the middle. Leif Davis is complacent. And try to... Where's Leif Davis? Looks delighted. He's not looking complacent. So if I push the line up, it might stop them playing down the middle so much. And then they have to go back. See how easy it is when you push the line up for them to get behind you. But they haven't achieved it. But what I want to do is to stop them playing up in this space. Is he on... He's only a support duty, so he's not going too far forward. Interesting how they're doing this. Oh, lovely takedown. Come on, Leif. Come on, Leif Davis. You haven't done anything for a while, almost. Well done, Sam. Well done. Oh, we look like a football team again. There's a bit of zip about us. Everybody's playing well. The ratings should say this, but that was poor from Chaplin. He's having a good game, though, so we'll let him off that one. Totally destroyed them, as we should be. And that means we are now 23 points clear. Pushing the line up hasn't helped. They're still focusing down the middle, much more than... And for a team that plays wing play, it's very interesting. We are forcing them out wide now. The higher line means they are trying to get into those spaces. And maybe they conned me a little bit, so I'm going to go back now to a standard line. If you think you're going to get into those spaces, forget about it. It might be better for you to take pot shots from the middle. The two wingers are having outstanding games. I think it's getting to the time where I should make some changes. Yeah, let's go and do that. And who is the most tired? So like, oh boy. Complacent. I don't like complacency. Humphreys is complacent, but he's playing decently. Nobody's actually that tired. Wes Burns, we'll swap these wingers over. Broadhead. Because I think we found, and Hurst can come off. Caden Jackson. Actually, yes, with Caden Jackson can come on there. Chaplin isn't playing particularly well, but it's okay. We'll just leave it at that for the moment. Give those two wingers a rest. They've done an absolutely brilliant job for us. Yeah, on a yellow, he might have to come off, and he's not one of the better players. So he might have to come off. We'll do that at the next changes. Go on, Jackson. Show what you can do. Rubbish. At least we got a corner. So let's do that now. We got a yellow card to deal with. Humphreys and Luongo can come in. We'll swap those over. I think we still have one more wait. And we'll wait to see who gets the most tired now. Totally destroyed. Are we back to playing in our normal way? Has FM had its little bit of fun with me? But we actually beat the system. Even though it was messing around, we've come through it. We're still winning. Still winning. Good call, Vangelis. Right, we got one more change to make. It looks like it's going to be Morsi in midfield, probably. There's a lot of tired bods out there now. Chaplin is tired. I don't have anyone who can perform his role, so Morsi, possibly. I don't have anyone who can perform his role. Harry Clark is tired. Let's bring Brandon Williams on. And that's pretty much the best I can do for you guys. I don't want to change the way we're playing. I'm not going to try and close the game down or anything, because they're simply not causing me any problems. Oh, Broadhead. What was that nonsense? It's across the box, mate. We're going to have to take them onto the training pitch and help them to understand what's helpful in a football team. Time's up, though. We haven't impressed in the second half, but that's because I said you're doing brilliantly at half-time to them, and then they switched off. But I wanted to praise them a little bit. Nicely done. Come on, pop it into the bottom. Terrible pass. But it's all over. A final whistle. 3-0. We'll take that one. Yeah, nice work. It was good. So we have now got 23 points clear at the top. I need to rest them, I can see. We're playing Millwall 19th, Swansea 18th. We're playing them all now. at the bottom of the league. Clark on form. Let's praise him then. Put arm around him. Thought you were outstanding. See, he's not. His morale is good. So we do. This is horrible. Stop it. There's a little bit of a mess there. So although we lost to Leicester, we didn't deserve to lose to Leicester. We have won the next 3 games. I suspect these 3 games are going to be just as much of a problem. Their team's low in the league. We're going to have to work hard to get results against them. But if we come through this February with 3 more fixtures, I think we will go on and win the title easy. Okay, guys, I'm going to go and have a spot of lunch now. I've done two hours. So I'll go and have a spot of lunch now. And I'll be back. Oh, I won't be back on Wednesday because I have to go and see the surgeon on Wednesday. It's the last time I see him, I think. So I don't know. Do I take him chocolates or whatever? I don't know what to do. I just go and shake his hand and tell him that I think it's fine. So there'll be no show on Wednesday, I'm afraid. It's my hospital day. But I'll be back on Friday and we'll plough through these results. I think we've got the title in the bag. And then what's important for beginners is we start to look at what are we going to do in the transfer window? What's the focus going to be? What kind of players do I want? That's when we get to that point, if we do get promoted, I'm sure we will now. It's how do we deal with the 30 million that they're going to give us? Because 30 million is nothing. And where are we going to want to strengthen the squad? And what do I do in this situation? And I always survive and always end up not just surviving, but mid-table. And that's to do with the signings that you make and what positions that you put them in. So I'll see you on Friday anyway. We'll continue with this save. And then the idea is to see us survive in the second season in the Prem. And so thanks for coming, guys. I always love doing live streams. I love the interaction. And any videos? Yeah, I'm working on one. I'm going to be working on it tonight. The Lines series will continue. We're going to be looking at control possession. And I'm still working on it tonight, but hopefully I might get it out tomorrow or the next day. So that'll be out very soon. It's like making videos is still quite hard for me. It's a lot of work, and I'm not fully fit yet after the surgery, but we're getting there. But we will get that out as soon as possible, I promise you. We will finish today 23 points ahead at the top of the table. What a season, and let's hope it continues. I'll see you on Friday, guys. Thanks for coming. And I wonder if I can squeeze it in tomorrow. Probably not. I'll see you on Friday. Thanks for coming. Take care. Be safe. And thanks for all your support. Really appreciate it. See you next time.